Yeah. Cross this right here?
Yeah.
Oh. Sander.
Uh-oh. Then we got this big old ship. Hang on. Hang on a second.
Fried chicken. Mashed potatoes.
Oh, that sounds good. I got chicken and dumplings at home.
That sounds good too. I've had some epic crawls and I've just been like,
No!
0, 0, 0. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I found it on the ground right there.
How's this only built around here?
Probably neighborhood that we're in. This used to not be so hard either. It just didn't shoot up.
Yeah, I so need to bring my blazer out here.
Coco's never quiet. So you gotta tell the neighborhood what she's up to.
Oh, I bet you wouldn't be. It was raining and muddy out here.
Oh man, this is paradise for me.
This.
I'm RJ Lowe, president of BCRCC. We're here today with Manny, who's going to tell us about his Axial SCX-10-2.
Basically, it's a stock SCX-10-2 with weighted wheels and Voodoo tires, and I use the RC four-wheel drive Jeep New Kaiser body because it happened to fit the wheelbase perfect. It's basically a box stock rig. It's just a great product, honestly, from Axial, and that's one of my favorite trucks. You can see that I got my own training ground behind me, but that's where I get a lot of my skill. But it's stock shocks, stock driveline, weighted wheels, and this truck goes everywhere. But that's pretty much it. I got a Warn winch and tons of accessories, but this is all in all my favorite truck out of all my trucks.
And what wheels are these you have on here?
These are the SSDs. I don't remember exactly the model number because I got them used, but they're SSDs. And the tires are Voodoo KLRs, the blue compound. They're the really soft compound.
Probably the best tire
Yeah.
ever made, really, for crawling.
It's the blue compound is actually the best because it's a little bit softer. But man, ever since I put these tires on here, the rest has been history. So thanks to Hot 6 for that. They really did good on that.
Oh, yeah. And then you have the RC four-wheel drive. Is that an RC four-wheel drive Stinger bumper on there?
Yeah, it's an RC four-wheel drive Stinger. Actually, it's brand new. Was brand new when I got it, and it's well seasoned. You can see all the damage on it. I like to call it scale damage, so it kind of gets a real feel to it. But believe it or not, this bumper saved my butt a couple times.
Oh, yeah, those come in.
Yeah,
handy,
definitely.
Especially on declines.
The winch is actually really strong. It's not hooked up right now, but other than the nylon rope, I love this winch. And that's just a basic RC four-wheel drive one. That's not even the...
That RC four-wheel drive nylon rope's not the best.
No, it's not. I mean, but all the hardware behind it is fine, so this is just a temp. I used Traxxas Slash fog lights on the top.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and they fit right on top. This roll bar on the back is actually from a Tamiya Bruiser.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that comes from Axial. So
This is from a Tamiya Bruiser, and I have all these SSBC or SBC accessories. I got a welder, I got an Axial ammo can, a chainsaw, and a beer keg. 'Cause you never know when you're going to have a good time on the trail.
yeah, and an M249 saw over here. I'm
Yeah.
not sure you have a permit for that.
No, I don't. And I think this is an M4 over here. I'm not
But
sure.
we threw the skateboard in there also.
Yeah.
You know, to unwind after a day on the trail of shooting turds.
Yeah.
And is that the stock steering servo?
No, this is actually the Savox. It's the what was it, the 231, and that's, you know, because it's a kit, it didn't come with it, so
Right.
that was just my basic selection.
What did you go with for an ESC? And
I used a Dynamite Crawler ESC set on kill.
set on what?
On kill, because it's got, you know, the 50%
Uh-huh.
and the 100. I like to call it set on kill. And I'm running a Axial 30T brush can, which I had a Tekin 35T, but I had an instance where it got too hot and it tried to burn, so I went back with a 30. Soon I will have a Castle 2100 in here and MIP shafts, so hopefully it'll hold up at San Antonio's Crawl Fest, because so far it's done me great. I love this truck.
And what about your shock setup? I know they're the stock shocks, but everyone runs these a different way.
I run my rears stiffer than the front.
I can see that
for obvious reasons, but I put half the shock oil in there, and I used the plunger with the 3 holes and bored out the holes a little bit with the fine
right.
drill. Yeah,
Right.
so that way it just gets immediate bound. I wanted it to kind of sit on itself, so that way when it approaches something and it gets over something where it hangs, it's got, you know, it's got full droop when it comes down. But other than that, the tires are really doing a lot of the work. The tires really made this truck.
Yeah, they do that often.
Yeah.
Crawlers, that your suspension can make the difference in a lot of things.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you know, I had plans for shocks and all sorts of suspension pieces, and then I got it out on the trail and actually drove it, and decided I'm not gonna mess with it. It's running too good right now. Why would I fix it if it's not broken? You know. So I'm just gonna run those until they don't want to work for me anymore.
I've had problems with the axial shocks leaking quite a bit in the past.
Yeah, and they're famous for that too, and a lot of new brands are. G-Made is really bad about it. It's actually best to mount your shocks upside down for G-Made, but once you can get them to stop leaking, they're actually pretty good shocks.
So, all in all, it's a pretty solid truck. Definitely Manny's favorite.
Yep.
And he has a collection of them.
I sure do.
I think Manny's probably one of the longest running members in the group. Actually, I think the first crawl we ever went on, you were there with that Telluride.
Yeah. I was still new to the game, but I quickly learned.
He probably has one of the biggest collections of crawlers in the group now, I'm sure.
It's pretty
Especially class
ridiculous.
ones.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make that a hint to anyone watching. Need to try to
Class 1's where it's
that
at,
area
folks.
of the group. That would be great. And well, it's been good to sit here and talk about this truck for a minute.
Yeah, I love sharing it with you guys. I hope to see some more trucks in the future.
That's good.